We've got your Father's Day gift at Macy's Backstage. The brands and styles he loves at prices so low you never need a coupon, ever. With a huge assortment of gifts just $14.99 and under, you never know what you'll find, but you'll always find something. Shirts, shorts, suits, ties, shoes, watches, grooming gifts, barbecue gear, and great home trends. And when you find it, get it. It's here today, gone tomorrow, with new items arriving every week. We're all about great gifts for Dad. Visit Macy'sBackstage.com for locations.
Blog Talk Radio.
Caution, the tea is hot. Blow it off first, okay? Dishing tea with Big Meech.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish the tea. And you're dishing darlings, with Big Meech.
Can't wait. Time to dish tea with Big Meech. Time to dish tea with Big Meech. Time to dish tea with Big Meech. Time to dish tea with Big Meech.
Darling. Hello out there to all of you in Blog Talk Radio land, here in the sound of my voice in the glorious United States of America and across the globe, honey. Hello, all of my tea sippers, my darlings. I know you know what time it is. And just one moment, honey. What just on this thing here? Oh, I see. I got something over here playing in the background. And I'm like, well, something just happened. And y'all know what happens, child. Every time I go live, honey, since what? It's been a little minute. There's always been a flaw, technologically speaking. So I really believe that we're onto something because something always gets in the way of things and this, that, and the other. But, honey, I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darlings, you know what time it is. It's time to dish tea. You're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. And it's been an interesting 7 days since we last were here. And for those of you who are dealing with the cold and dealing with what we got polar vortexes or whatever these things are called now, you know, and Arctic freezes and all of this, that, and the other, honey. It is going to be something. What is this, child? Somebody trying to Skype me. This is the second time somebody Skype me. Remember last week somebody tried to Skype me? Anyway, we have all of this going on, darling, and I'm hoping that all of you are staying warm, doing your best to do what you have to do. I'm in Atlanta, and of course, see, being from Detroit, you know, I say this constantly, you know, we can handle cold, okay? And so down here, because it got to 32 and 29, you know, in the evenings we got down to as low as 14 and this, that, and the other. Yes, that's cold. I'm not saying that it isn't. However, everyone down here, you know, still claims that they don't know how to handle it. And since I've been living here for the last 8 years, honey, there has been some kind of coldness down here to where they need to know how to get over it, you know. And then still, we're still above zero, you know. And a lot of the kids down here, they can't get it, honey. They can't grab it. So Atlanta and a lot of Georgia, honey, has been on the verge of shutdowns and carrying on again. We're not as bad as we were like last year, where we had shut the city down for 2 inches of snow and ice. Okay, we're not that bad. However, it is quite interesting, okay, what we're doing down here. For those of you, I know my hometown of Detroit, you guys, well, the other day your high was -5. I know I read something that by tomorrow you guys should be at, your high will be a -12. That's your high temperature. Okay, so I hope you guys are doing what you need to do. If you have pipes or whatever, well, yes, I know you have pipes because everybody got water. Well, for those of you who got running water, okay, that you have leave the water on to where it's dripping. I know that's annoying as hell. And if you're paying a water bill, honey, you have to do that because you don't want the pipes to freeze and burst. You have a much bigger problem on your hands. So just leave your pipes running just a little bit to where you got a slight little drip or a slow stream so that the water can still go through the pipes and everything, okay? If you're fortunate enough to have some kind of unit to where your pipes can heat up or whatever, good for you, honey. For those of you who don't, do not go putting no damn electric heaters and shit up under the damn sinks and carrying on, trying to act like y'all are Mr. Fixes or Miss Fixes or whatever to keep the pipes warm. That ain't going to, because your asses will go to sleep. Burn the damn house down. Okay. So just make sure that you guys are governing yourselves accordingly to keep yourselves warm and safe. If you don't have gas or whatever and you're using kerosene, honey, I'm going to advise you to get some of those little doctor's masks and make sure you wear those so that you're not ingesting or inhaling a lot of that soot from the kerosene, okay? That way you have a filter there so that it won't destroy your lungs and that kind of stuff, okay? So just do what you have to do in order to maintain you. If you got to build a fire in the fireplace, honey, cool, okay? Just make sure somebody's there to maintain it, watch over it so that you don't burn the house down, all right? So having said all that, yes, my darling, today is the 18th of February, honey, and I have a treat for you because I have this exquisite calendar that was given to me, darling, that highlights a lot of Black history. And with this being Black History Month, you know, I tell you guys I want to make sure that we keep abreast of our history, and because Black history is American history, you know. And for those of you who are Americans of African descent, honey, it's best that you know what's going on because we are more than Martin, Malcolm, and Rosa. Okay. And all of that, and I want y'all to get accustomed to a couple of things and learn how to get your heritage together, okay? And I'm gonna say this too, and this is going to be a very bold statement, honey. Yes, I know we're African descent, but most of us don't know a damn thing about Africa. So don't give me this oom-foom-foom, a Bubla Khan kind of rigmarole, because you're trying to be down with the sisters and the brothers. Well, you don't know a damn thing about your history here, okay? Yes, we come from kings and queens, but we also come from a line of workers and carpenters and all that kind of stuff. We were more than just kings and queens, child. Over there in the mother country, they did it all. Okay, and right, somebody we got folks over here in the studio, honey, said we were the court justice too. So, honey, get it. Okay, understand, overstand, understand your history or herstory. How about that? Okay, so it's Don't Come Out of the Bag Wednesday, my darlings, and y'all know what it is, honey. Whatever is on your mind is what we're going to talk about right here, right now. So if you want to join in on the conversation, please feel free to call in. 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Press the number 1 time. That lets me know that you're in the queue. You will hear the prompter say, "You are now in the host queue," in a cute little British accent, honey. And when you hear that, that means that your hand has been raised, and I see it on my screen. I will bring you in at the appropriate time. Now, you guys know on Don't Come Out of the Bags, I love to sit down and to have multiple mics open so that we can get a good discussion going on, honey. However, do know this. If you decide to come out of a bag on me, baby, do know that I'm coming out of a bigger bag on you. Even if I got to hang up the goddamn phone on you, yes, I will. Yes, I will. I have no shame. I would gladly disconnect you, honey. And it's not that you don't have a right to your opinion. It's just that if you come out of a bag and start going into left field and start getting real hocus pocus on us, and to where it doesn't make sense to nobody but you, we can't get an understanding, and then you don't want to listen and you don't want to be this, that, and the other. Oh yeah, you trying to sit up there and be on the agenda? We would disconnect you and call it grace. Okay. Okay, so once again, whatever is on your mind, whatever it is, little, small, or whatever, we can talk about it right here, right now. 347-205-9183. 347-205-9183. Now, before we get into what's on my mind, I have a few things that I will be discussing. And either you could choose one of my topics and expand on it if you will, if you have an opinion, or you could talk about, something that's on you, honey, okay? Yeah, whatever's on your mind. Because today we're going from UFOs to police cover-ups today. Okay, so we got a wide variety of things. I'm sure you'll fit up in there somewhere. Okay, a sci-fi Wednesday, hot damn. Okay, we got a sci-fi Wednesday going on up in here. We got a Twilight Zone on. Okay, shit, we got a Star Trek Deep Space Nine We are going into regions that Dishing Tea with Big Meats have not gone before. I'm sorry, I had to take a deep swallow. My tea today, honey, I am having some ginger tea. Ginger tea today, my darlings. Yes, and it's my own special blend that I have. And actually, this is a new brand because y'all know I like to mix my teas. So I got a new brand that I'm using. This is Yogi. Okay, y'all know I usually use traditional medicines or whatever, but the Yogi was on sale, and I said, let me find out what this is about. And so their tea, they do have a version of Throat Coat. It is called what? Throat Cover, Throat Smooth. Hand me the box in there, baby, and I'll tell you what it is. But I found some ginger tea. So what I've done, I've taken the ginger tea, 3 or 4 bags of it, and then I have infused it, darling, with a bag or 2 of green tea. Yes, and it's absolutely fabulous, honey. And this is called Throat Comfort. Yes. I think I might like that one versus Throat Coat because, you know, the Throat Coat has a little double entendre to it. And every time I say it, folks think I'm trying to be nasty, but I'm not. You know. But, no, this is called Throat Comfort. Okay, and this is the Yogi's brand, and you can find this at any health store. I found this at Kroger's, actually, in the health food aisle and carrying on, so that there is cute. And I need to call them, too, so they can be a sponsor. They just got a free endorsement. How about that one? But I like the stuff, okay? So, speaking of endorsements, darlings, and fundraisers and things of that nature, what I need for you guys to do, honey, if you're going to have tea, I hope that you have a no time for the pain teacup, honey, that you're sipping from, like we are over here, honey. Yes, No Time for the Pain is Atlanta bound, and we're in the processes, darling, of making sure that we make that happen. So if you go to our website, www.dishingtea.com, you will find all the information that you need to obtain your Dishing Tea, your No Time for the Pain tea mug, or your T-shirt, okay, that has our lovely old emblem and fabulous piece of artwork done by Pharaoh's Treasure Box on the front. And also we have a double-sided T-shirt as well, honey. All of our shirts are ranging from sizes small to 4X as regular sizes. If you are larger than a 4X and need a special size, please give us a call. We can accommodate you as well, my darling, okay? And now the special shirts will be slightly higher. All of our T-shirts one-sided are $20. And our tea mugs and our 11 by 17 prints of the artwork logo, and also 6 by 8 plaques. Our ceramic plaques, honey. Yes, for those of you who like little plaques that you can be used as coasters or lovely little centerpieces on your tables and things, and we have those. All of those items are running for $20 each, a $20 donation, plus your $5 for shipping and handling. So this is just rounding off to say $25 a pop. Okay, if you want double-sided T-shirts, those go on for $30. Okay. And for the larger sizes, if you're a 5X or larger, the T-shirts are $30 and $40. $30 single-sided, $40 for the double-sided, okay? Also, what we have going on, we do have a raffle. I was just about to say a 50-50 raffle, but it's not going to be 50-50. We've changed the damn thing. And we have cash prizes, and we also have gift prizes as well. So for those of you who wish to come in on the raffle, we do have the first place is $200. The second and third place prizes, honey, are pieces of artwork for your enjoyment. So all tickets are going to be $1. $1 can win you $200, honey. So how about those odds, okay? So having said all that, please go, again, www.dishingtea.com for more information. We do have virtual tickets available. So my children who are over there in Germany and Italy and the Caribbean islands and all of those places, honey, if you want to join in and want to participate, you can. And if you buy a ticket, honey, we could get a virtual ticket into the pot for the raffle so that you too can be included. Again, dishingtea.com for all of your No Time for the Pain information. It's right there, okay? Don't you love it? Family ties. are shattered and destroyed when fraternal twins Danielle and Eric confront one another on the issues of betrayal, infidelity, and HIV. Darlings, what would you do if you found out that your fiancé of 7 years was having a love affair with your twin brother for 5 of those 7 years? Your twin brother finds out he's HIV positive. You find out you pregnant and HIV positive. You need to come find out. So help Atlanta find out what happens, okay? No time for the pain. Coming to Atlanta, honey, late summer, early fall, here in lovely old USA. Again, www.dishingtea.com for more information on how you can be a sponsor. And also, let me footnote this: if you just wish to just want to make a donation, no donation is too small, honey. I would accept a penny. I will accept, if you got food stamps, Chuck, we still got to do catering and carrying on. So whatever the case may be, you can still do that at dishingtea.com, and we have available methods for you to send that over to us via PayPal, and you will be included in our brochure that we pass on our playbill. As a sponsor, you will be listed there as well, okay? So no donation is too small. We greatly appreciate it. And, child, honey, we make this thing happen. And, y'all going to hear a different side of me, okay? So that there is that. Yes, no time for the pain, okay? So that there is that. Also, one more thing, a special announcement. We are, registration has been extended for Big Boy Pride until March 6th. So, they realize that a lot of folks are waiting on their income taxes and carrying on to come back so that they can have a lump sum of money to do something with. Registration has been extended to March 6th. Go to bigboypride.com for more information on how you can register. The Parliament House is sold out. Sold out, honey. So you will be on one of the auxiliary sites that they have available. If you forget that, everything, you can find out everything at dishingtea.com on how you can also register or get click on to them through us and carrying on to get to their registration fees and carrying on. Okay. So understand, honey. And it looks like the dollar's gonna be in house, child. We're keeping our fingers crossed and our toes, honey, all together. So that way we can make that happen. Let me say this because she's probably in Texas right now, but I got a very special shout out today, honey. My cousin, Miss Tanero Lynn Fox, honey, happy birthday, girl. Shouting you out today on your very special day, and we're about to start our Pisces season. I know this is the cusp right now. We're phasing out of Aquarius and going into that Pisces season. Y'all already know, honey, I am 10 days away from the start of my birthday celebration season. 10 days and counting, sugar. And the bitch will be 45. So, baby, that's a landmark age, honey. So for those of you who ain't got there yet, child, keep living. For those of you who are there and have surpassed it, honey, thank you for guiding me on in, child, because I'm coming, honey. You hear me? I'm coming. So that there is that. I'm hoping to do a few things with the show during the birthday season. We got a couple of things I'm trying to put in store. We haven't finalized them yet, but it's coming, okay? So just know that. So thank you. Just keep your eyes and your ears open on what we're doing, all right? Fabulous. For those of you listening by computer, the tea room is open. I'm the only one in there right now, but that's okay. Come on over there. You can have all of your thoughts and comments and stuff over there. Let me say this. Please know that if you're going to come over here and dish your tea, come dishing your tea responsibly, please. Y'all know how we are. You know, everything now is about reading and things, and sometimes you read something, you think somebody's trying to read you or trying to come out of a bag or trying to neck roll you, finger snap you or whatever. And that may not be the case, okay, because we're losing the art of communication and we're losing, you know, we're not talking with anyone anymore. So you don't hear how I talk or my special little vocal affectations and things. So it may read one way, but may not be what you think it is. So come over here and dish your tea responsibly, please, because if I come in and find out that you're cutting up, I'm going to cut you out. Yes, I am. And having said all that, y'all know Dishing Tea with Big Meats is for mature audiences, and the language and or subject matters that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not mature and or responsible enough to handle the situations at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. Again, Dishing Tea with Big Meats is for mature audiences, and the language and or subject matters that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not mature or responsible enough to handle the situations at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. Okay? So having said all that, I'm not finna really go through all that. Y'all know I got a potty mouth, and with the stuff that I'm finna go talk about right now, baby, yeah, it's finna go take us there. So those are the opening comments and things right now. Y'all know I have to do all that to satisfy my sponsors and get all this stuff out. Let me take a quick little break right here. When we come back, let's see, I see 313-658 on the line. I got 248-915 ready to come on in and start some shit. So let's get it popping. And when I come back, honey, it is don't come out of a damn bag on me today. Ha!
Trigg Laboratories manufactures premium sexual wellness and consumer healthcare products and is the parent company of Wet International Incorporated, one of the world's best-selling lines of personal lubricants and intimacy products. We carry a large variety of personal and flavored lubricants, flavored heating massage lotions, and aromatherapy heating massage oils. Whether you need a little or a lot, Wet has you covered. Our line of high-quality, innovative, and unique products are formulated using only the finest ingredients at our FDA-approved facility, meeting the strictest manufacturing standards. Wet is available worldwide at specialty stores and online retailers and at pharmacies nationwide. For more information or to find a retailer near you, log on to www.stayswetlonger.com. Trigg Laboratories. We create fun, quality, trusted products to innovate your intimacy.
If you are looking for irresistible, breathtaking art, you've come to the right place. At Sherwood Forest Art, we carry a large selection of paintings, masks, figurines, and sculptures of both modern, abstract, and representational styles. To see all of our art treasures, visit our showroom today at 19500 Livernois Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. For more information, call 313-340-0411. Sherwood Forest Art, where art talks to us in a language of its own. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in urban culture and lifestyle. Spearheaded by the Henry Hingers of hip-hop, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, Double Exposure serves to educate its clients about the dollars and cents of the music industry. For more information about Double Exposure Media Relations, call 201-224-6510. 201-224-6510. Double Exposure Media Relations.
for you? What can you do for me? What can I do for you? What can you do for me? What can I do for you? No.
Yes, baby, yes. Y'all know that is the shit right there, honey. Miss Helen and Terry and China, honey. Miss HTC for the wonderful cover of the LaBelle's classic. What can I do for you, honey? Didn't them girls say, I call it this generation's LaBelle? Because can't nobody else do that but them. Okay, can't nobody do that but them. So, child, yes. And we are back. If you're just joining us, my darlings, it is a Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday, honey, from UFOs to police cover-ups, baby. So y'all know what the rules are, honey. We can talk about any and everything that's on your mind right here, right now. So just dial 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Press the number 1. Just press it one time. You will hear the call cue say, you are now in the host queue. Once you hear that, that means that your hand is up and that we're ready to rock and roll, okay? So here are a few things that are on my mind. So as I said, whatever is on yours is what we can talk about. So you can pull from what I'm talking about, or if you got your own stuff, we can talk about that too, okay? Now, the first thing that hit me was something I saw yesterday on the doctors, okay? And as I'm researching this happened this year. As you see, we're only 2 months in, so this was back in January, that an Indiana couple was arrested for making a videotape of their child playing with, they said this was a .40 caliber handgun. 2 videos discovered on 19-year-old Michael Barnes' cell phone showing a 1-year-old baby tinkering with the handgun as Barnes tells the child to say "pow," according to the statement from the police. Okay? And of course, in this video, there's not one time in here where the man is sitting up there trying to get the child or discourage the child to stop from playing with the gun. According to this police report, it says Barnes, the dude, I think he's the father of the child. Okay. Barnes was wanted for armed robbery when he attempted to sell a handgun to undercover police officer. He was arrested and charged with resisting law enforcement with a weapon, carrying a handgun without a permit, and carrying a handgun without a permit within 500 feet of a school, according to Evansdale police. Once investigators found the video of the child playing with the handgun, Barnes was charged with child neglect, criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon, and allowing a child to possess a firearm. The baby's mother, Tony Wilson, 22, faces the same charges after police determined she was present while the videos were being recorded. Now, wait a minute. When questioned, she claimed the gun was a pellet gun. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, check this out. They say the couple's 1-month-old twins were removed from the home and are in emergency care, along with the 1-year-old in the video. Wait a minute. So they got 3 kids. Now, this is the part I didn't know. Okay. Barnes is the father of the twins, but not the father of the baby with the gun. And you sitting there telling the baby, say pow, say pow, pow.
So where's that father at?
Who knows? Ain't that, wait a minute, you know, y'all know the hair on my, everything just shifted just a little bit for me. Okay? Are you absolutely out of your damn minds? Really? And then for them to think, see, and looking at this baby looks like she is either light-skinned, black, or she could be multiracial. Okay. Oh, it's a boy. Okay. He. And I'm just outdone. I'm so out. Wait a minute, honey. Hold on. Wait a minute. See, y'all don't want to believe me. Wait a minute. Listen. Yeah, that's what's in the background. Yeah. You heard it? Did you hear it? Huh? Did you hear it? Yeah. That's what him telling the baby say pow pow. Yeah. Now I know somebody else got to be hot about this besides me. Okay? Hot about it. Now you got 1-year-old wait a minute, I got to read that right. The twins are 1 month old. So y'all just had these babies. Okay. And you got the 1-year-old sitting up there. That's who got the gun. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. You want to play games, right? You want to play games. Jesus, help us all. Okay? Just help us all, Lord. Okay? I'm having a serious problem with that. So that's the first thing that's on my mind. Okay? Here is something, darlings, that is adding more fuel to the fire and this, that, and the other. But before I read this, let me tell y'all something. I told you I had some cute little history with you. Okay? With this calendar, honey, I want to share something with you. Because on this day, February 18th, back in 1965, this is just 5 years before my introduction, honey, into the world, honey, before I stepped onto the scene. Okay? There was a young man by the name of Jimmy Lee Jackson. He was a 26-year-old black male. He was shot by a white police officer after the police attacked a peaceful civil rights protest in Marion, Alabama. This young man ended up dying 8 days later. So that there is what this calendar says that happened today, on this day back in 1965, okay? Now, for the month of February, the big picture that they shows us is the monumental plaque that's standing outside of, it's a marker rather, that stands out for the Alabama Historical Commission, okay? And it says, the domestic slave trade. Beginning in the 17th century, millions of African people were kidnapped, sold into slavery, and shipped to the Americas as part of the transatlantic slave trade. In 1808, the United States Congress banned the importation of slaves from Africa. At the same time, the high price of cotton and the development of the cotton gin caused the demand for slave labor to skyrocket in the lower South. The domestic slave trade was created to meet this demand. Over the next 50 years, slave traders forcibly transferred hundreds of thousands of slaves from the upper South to Alabama and the lower South. Between 1808 and 1860, just 52 years, the enslaved population of Alabama grew from less than 40,000 to more than 435,000. Alabama had one of the largest slave populations in America at the start of the Civil War. Okay? Now, yes, for those of you who sit up there and want to continue to believe that slavery all came from Africa and blah, 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 y'all seen Roots, You've seen Mandingo. You've seen 12 Years a Slave. You've possibly seen Belle. And any other period pieces where we talked about slave. Django, you know, where slavery is talked about in this, that, and the other. One of the things that we have not discussed is that a lot of stuff that happened domestically here, you know, within the country. You know, that's why we had civil wars, the North versus the South, and carrying on, because that was the whole big thing, all right? Now, I said all that because this ties into this particular story, okay? We think that that kind of behavior or that kind of mentality has evaded us or has escaped us or whatever. But in the recent times, now that we're up under an African-American presidency, or at least a biracial. I'd say he's biracial because a lot of folks don't want to give him that credit that he is biracial. Okay, and truly African-American because his father is Kenyan from Africa. At the same time, you know, since his presidency, you know, we have been dealing with racism and all of those kinds of things. A lot of those ugly feelings have risen and come to the surface, you know, to what we've had to deal with him. And one of the ways that, as we all know, the law enforcement has just been at the core, or what appears to be at the core of a lot of the racial tension that we have. Okay? And y'all know already about Trayvon, y'all know about Mike Brown, you know about the children in New York, and all of these different people who have been gunned down or killed or whatever at the hands of police officers. Well, here is something that brings more speculation to them, okay? And what had happened, this was a cover-up, okay? Because apparently this had happened prior to Mike Brown being killed, okay? There is a tape that surfaced in St. Louis where a man has filed a lawsuit alleging excessive force in a case that involves an officer turning off the dash cam video of that man's arrest. At one point in the video, the female officer is heard saying, "Hold up, everybody, hold up. We're red right now, so if you guys are worried about cameras, just wait," okay? Then it says, the phase we're red right now indicates that the camera is recording. A second dash cam continued to record. So it goes on, but hold on. What I'm going to do, let me play you this news story, okay? I'm going to play this. It may skip a little bit, okay, but just listen to this because you're going to hear commentary and you're going to hear the video at the same time, okay? So just listen to this, and y'all, and we'll get into this, okay? So here we go.
On Lafayette, the dash cam shows the suspect put on his blinker and make a U-turn. The officer activates his lights. The suspect pulls over. A passenger gets out. Police cuff him for traffic warrants. Then you can hear yelling for the driver to get out of the car. After about 4 minutes, an officer opens the door and police pull the driver out. 3 officers, then a fourth runs in and kicks towards the male driver's head. More kicking. Then you can hear tasing. Officer Kelly Swinton, the 2013 winner of Officer of the Year, stands watching, then walks away toward the dash cam. Listen to what she says.
Hold up, y'all, hold up. Hold up, everybody hold up. We're red right now, so if you guys are worried about cameras, just wait.
They look up, pause. The audio dies. The officers start to move again, and the camera shuts down.
They're worried about cameras, and they don't want anyone to see what they're doing, so they turn the tape off.
Joel Schwartz is suing St. Louis City Police on behalf of his client, Cortez Bufford. Schwartz says officers did not have the right to order the driver out of the car.
The probable cause statement was simply made up.
How so?
Our client wasn't speeding. He didn't make an illegal U-turn, and he didn't abruptly pull to the curb. Those were all figments of the officer's imagination.
Police say they found marijuana and a loaded handgun in Bufford's pocket. The police report says an officer noticed it before they announced he has a gun. The report continues. In an attempt to prevent Bufford from reaching the weapon, An officer administered 1 foot strike.
You don't hear anything, you don't see anything about gun, and that's because it didn't happen.
The prosecutor dropped the charges against Bufford, which originally included unlawful use of a weapon. Brian Milliken is a police union lawyer who represents one of the officers on the video.
The use of force that was necessary in this case was a direct result of the defendant's actions or the suspect's actions. If you'll notice, there was a passenger in that vehicle. He voluntarily removed himself. He complied with the officer's requests and commands. There was no physical force necessary.
Milliken says the officer had the right to order Bufford from his car.
That's the first thing. The second thing is he seized the marijuana on the council.
Milliken believes the tape backs the officer's claims Bufford had a gun.
They recovered a gun. They saw the gun in his pocket.
The fact that that dash cam was turned off, are you concerned that could cast doubt on everything that your client claims?
Well, I would hope not, because the resisting at that point was over anyway. And, I can't comment on the fact that it was turned off because I'm not involved in that aspect of the investigation. But everything that you see happens in the tape is what happened. There was nothing that followed.
The city of St. Louis provided the dash cam in question and another view showing Bufford in the back of a squad car. Our investigative partner for this story, Robert Patrick with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, explained how the addition of more video through body cams might not mean you'll see more.
The Missouri Attorney General, Chris Koster, just sent a letter late last month to the legislature suggesting that the Sunshine Law be changed so body cam footage and in-car camera footage will be a closed record, meaning the general public won't have any access to it.
Chief Sam Dotson told us it's currently up to the city councilor's office. What can be released illegally?
I don't want to be open. I want to be transparent, but there are some things that I have to follow through a process.
Yes, the police department policy says dash cams should be left on for the duration of any stop. We referred to this to the Internal Affairs Department, and they recommended discipline for the officers, and an appeal is being charged and filed. So, yes, my darlings. Okay? So that there, what do you think about that, huh? And again, now I want you to understand something. This is dated for April 10th, 2014. So this is a month or so before the whole Mike Brown incident. Okay, and this is just now being come out now, according to reports and everything, that they had sat on this because they didn't want this to get out to cause any more grief or whatever, and any more racial upset amongst the country. Okay, so now what are your thoughts about that, huh? What are your thoughts about that? Because we've talked about police before and carrying on, and I work in security, so I am a civilian law enforcement officer. Okay, now my power is very limited. I can't do all of that kind of stuff that the police officers do and carrying on. However, it is my job to uphold the law to a certain degree. Okay, and the problem with being security is that if I cross the law or infringe upon someone else's rights or whatever, I can be sued. Not only the company that I work for or the entity that I work for, but also I can be sued individually. Okay, so we have a very tricky line to walk and carry on. But when it comes down to police officers, because I've told you guys before, I've had my share of bullshit, and I've had my share of being running into the law, and I've been roughed up and carried on. I've been slammed on cars and all of that. What they're calling necessary force. When I didn't do anything, I'm complying or whatever, but because of my size, they felt as though they had to get rough to prove a fucking point. And speaking from experience, honey, I know damn well, what it is. If you go sit up there and you pull your weapon on me and tell me to stop, hell, I don't want you to shoot me because shit, now it's going to be your word against mine. And because you have the badge, they're going to take yours. But now that everybody's doing all this with the cameras and carrying on, did y'all hear what the dude said? That they're trying to sit down there now, and this is in St. Louis, so I'm sure if St. Louis is trying to do this, this is going to go nationwide, okay, because y'all know folks are copycat. But now that they're trying to pass a law to where that kind of information is not privy to the public, that's going to be closed records. Lies, garbage, and propaganda, not when my tax dollars is paying for that shit. If we don't sit down there and pay for these damn cameras that carry on, why should the information on there become closed records? That doesn't make sense to me. What the fuck are you hiding? What are you hiding? That is the big to-do. That's the question now. And y'all come on and talk to me, okay? So that's the second thing that's on my mind. Now, here's one. I said I was going to do this, child, because, you know, this subject has come up on several occasions in my personal life. Do I believe in it? Yes, I do, actually. However, if I don't talk about it on this damn show, child, okay, shit, okay, it's going to gnaw at my goddamn, it's going to become the bane of my existence, honey, if I don't say something on Dishing Tea with Big Meech, okay? Now, the whole thing is about UFOs, unidentified flying objects, honey. The question is, do you believe in them? Okay? Now, I got to find the website because it was sent to me on my phone, and I got to pull it up on the computer. But apparently, there's this new community. You know, these children, honey, that are they have a website, what is it, openminds.com or something along that line, where they are, you know, they're into this phenomenon, okay, to where they say that folks are spotting UFOs all the time. As a matter of fact, the story here is about a recent spotting here in Georgia, okay, and the child is saying that it was a cigar-like length object. They have all these different lights on it and carrying on and blah, blah, yakety. But see, here's the thing. With unidentified objects, unidentified flying objects, okay, that could be a little bit of anything because that's what it is. You don't know what the hell it is. It's unidentified, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that we got creatures from another planet coming in, this, that, and the other, although when we hear UFOs, that's the first thing that we think of. At the same time, it is very arrogant for us to believe that we're the only species out here, especially when they teach you in science because we got 9 damn planets. Okay? Now, of course, you know, they want to tell us that life don't exist on this planet or that planet or whatever because they said that, the air is too this and too that and couldn't never survive. How do you know? You ain't never been there. You don't know what kind of vegetation is, and you sit up there talking about what the satellite done did. So the satellite is bringing you pictures and video. Okay, you ain't lived there. You can't smell that this air is going to kill you because you ain't there to breathe the damn shit. Okay, for the astronauts, child, you got the suit on, honey, so the oxygen is in the suit. With you. So you're not breathing that air to say, oh, I can't. You know, that's the whole key to this thing. And so we've taken the scientists at their word because apparently they're supposed to be the experts, but as concrete as we want that information to be, is not as concrete as it should be because the data is inconclusive because we ain't there on the fucking planet.
Not all the time.
Okay? So, having said all that, do I believe that the children come over here and carry on all other species and things? Yes, I do. I do. How they get here, whatever, I couldn't tell you because, you know, something about this whole thing with flying objects, I believe that they're not all that UFO, that they're not unidentifiable. I think they set up there and found a way. You've seen Star Trek, honey, they come cloaking. They got cloaking devices. You know, I think that they come possibly in objects that we may know about or whatever, because the government has a lot of stuff that's up under lock and key and it's under, it's classified information. So we don't know what that is. We don't know what allegiances are out there, what kind of treaties or whatever the case may be that's out there. But the possibility for all these things exist. It's there. We still have not explained the pyramids are carrying on. And if y'all are paying attention, these damn drones that they trying to throw down everybody's throat, these little UPS drones and package delivery drones, everybody got a fucking drone now. Okay? Everybody trying to get up on this drone technology. Well, sweetheart, in the beginning, that was a UFO before we knew what it was. Now then they gave it a name to make everybody this, that, and the third. And the child said R2D2 over here, child. Okay. So the studio said R2D2. Okay. So, that there was an unidentified object at one point. Now we have given a name. So my question to you is, what are your thoughts on, the sci-fi aspect of all of this? For all of my geeks out there, y'all play y'all into these games now. Y'all sitting up there, you got the computer, you got your iPad, you got your iPhone, you got your MP3, your MP4. Okay, you got your Xbox, your Wii, your Nintendo, you got all that shit, all the latest little toys. Okay? And you got all kinds of communication devices. So what do you think? Because the satellites are out there for a reason. Okay? And just like information is bouncing from out there, bouncing all around for us, listen, y'all better understand, if I could sit down here and Google you, child, the first time that happened to me, when I Googled my address and that damn thing went down as I saw my front porch, I said, wait a minute. What is this? What is this? And this is right, what? This is, about 10 years ago, so about 2003, 2004? Just before just right when OnStar became real big. Oh, OnStar and this, that, and the other. Child, y'all better pay attention. Pay attention. How in the hell is your phone going to sit down there and you get your GPS in your phone? You ain't putting no address in there. You said start at my location. And it picked you up right from where the fuck you at and tell you how to get to where you going, to the address that you put in there. Okay? Think about that for half of a second. So we got that kind of technology. What the hell do you think is something out there that we don't know, ain't seen or whatever? Don't you think that if you don't want to believe it, that's fine. But to be open to the idea that something out there with greater intelligence is there, okay? It's something out there. Because, again, it would be too arrogant for us to think that we're the only things that exist because the Earth is the only inhabitable planet. That's ridiculous. You ain't been on the other ones enough. We haven't even got to Saturn yet. Only place we have been to is Mars. You ain't got to Saturn, Uranus, or none of them other bitches have it. Okay? Right. We ain't got there. So how in the hell you gonna tell me what is and what don't exist? Now here we got the movies all day. That's up there. What was the Total Recall? Okay, The Fifth Element, them bitches in flying saucers and shit. The cars are flying. And didn't we have that the DeLorean or whatever that just lifted up off the ground? Talking about it was part car, part airplane or whatever back in the mid to late 80s. Understand, children, understand. Okay? So, yeah. So there is that. And then the last one, and this is going to be the one. This is just for shits and giggles and carrying on. Because I asked the question, was desegregation worth it?
Oh, shit.
Huh? Was desegregation really worth it? Because how many of you actually have been to and patronized an African-American owned hotel, bed and breakfast, when you go to your travels? How many of you actually patronize an African-American travel agency, okay, for your luxury and carrying on? Huh? And I ask this question because being in the hospitality industry, you know, that there is important because we see the kind of money that is generated for the economy. Okay? African-American owned hotels and carrying on is there are very few. Now, there is an organization of them. They call themselves the National Association. Wait a minute. Oh, Lord. Okay. The National Association of Black Hotel Owners, Operators, and Developers, NABHOOD. Okay. And, see, here we go. This damn thing don't want to give me the damn listing of all the hotels that are within this body of work. The computer, it goes to the side and then it stops. Okay. But, nonetheless, I know I'm told that there's still one in Detroit. But, what was it? Rivertown.
Rivertown Place.
The Rivertown Place. That's a hotel? Okay. That's off of what, the riverfront down there? That's black owned. For real, that's black owned? Okay, I got to look at that. I didn't know that was. I didn't know that development was black owned. I know they had black investors. I didn't know it was black owned. At the same time, the Hotel St. Regis was at one point. I don't know if they sold. I'm told that they have, but the Hotel St. Regis right there on the boulevard near Woodward, that was black owned at one point. I'm hoping that it still is because that's a luxury hotel. Hotel St. Regis is a 5-star hotel. Okay, so how many of us, make it a point to find out where all of our black businesses and stuff like that? This conversation started because where I work to pay the bills, children. We got a donut job, a donut factory. Okay. At one point, we had an African-American general manager. Okay. And from what I'm understanding, honey, he had taken the hotel to the lovely old heights and this and that and et cetera, et cetera. At the same time, I started thinking about that, not only just general managers, but then what about whole hotels that are owned by Americans of African descent? And then us as consumers, I'm talking about going to Big Boy Pride. I go home to Detroit or whatever, which I have to soon, and this, that, and the other. How often are we looking at, patronizing those particular establishments? There's a bed and breakfast in Detroit, Miss Mona, honey, down, what's the name? Oh, the Winder. Okay, beautiful house, beautiful home, as she did all the construction and the work herself and carrying on. How many of us patronize these particular businesses? Here's the question, do we look to patronize them? Do we do the research to find out who they are? For those of you who have discounts or whatever, if you work for hotels or, you got the little family and friends plans or whatever, because some of them are franchise owners into the Marriotts and carrying on. Have we thought about scouting some of those out to use your discount in so that they can get the patronage? Okay. So again, my question becomes, was desegregation really worth it? Black Roberts Riverwalk Hotel. Oh, that's the former name of it. Okay. So was it worth it? Because now I have a friend. I was hoping he would call into the show because he and I get into this all the time when we talk about, when we were segregated as a people, we had to do, because our counterparts were not letting us in the business. So we had our own hotels. We had our own stores, our own banks, our own this, because we had to thrive, because we wasn't in. When segregation became a part of the norm, then all of a sudden we as a people started to lose a lot of our equity in our own community. I still say this all the time. How in the fuck does an Asian American know about black hair? Okay, how? How do we let that? And I'm not faulting them for coming in and doing their thing. Okay, because they did what they did. You know, they came in, they saw a need, they sat up there, they're charting. Now they cornered the market. You ain't now. It done got to the point now to where you ain't doing it unless you get your hair from Miss Maylene. Okay, or your hair and nails done. You know, your nails and feet. You know what I'm saying? We don't even go. I've not even seen an American of African descent nail tech or pedicurist. Or no, not anymore. Let me take that back. In the beginning, when we were all going to school for hair, you know, cosmetology school, when you went to school, you went to go do everything. Now you go specialize. Oh, I'll go to nail school. So you know how to do hands and feet. So I know there's a few black girls that I know that do nails, but everybody go running to Maylene, you know, and carrying on. Why is that? We don't put that much. So the question is, was desegregation really worth it? Okay, it's kind of that question, and it's one of those questions that it doesn't have a right or wrong answer. It's basically your opinion. Because it's kind of like how Natalie Cole saying in I'm Catching Hell, when she said, girl, sometimes I don't know that female liberation stuff. Sometimes I don't know if it's worth it. Okay? When she said that in the song, honey, I'm Catching Hell, come on now. Because she had to think, you know, we got to take the good with the bad. And what, oh, child, he said that in what movie? I think this is Denzel's last movie, The Equalizer. Because sometimes, honey, when you wish for the rain, honey, you got to accept the mud. Okay. Okay, if you wish for rain, honey, you got to accept the mud. So a lot of this, honey, was it worth it? So y'all come on and talk to me. I've been over these phone lines because I haven't said enough. Hot damn. 313-658. 313-658. You're dishing tea with Big Meats. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. How you is?
Our ears, our bees. What's up?
Our bees, that's what's up. I want to go back to the aliens. Listen here. I'm going to quote Jodie Foster from that movie where she was in when she went into space, and it would be a shame to think ain't nobody else out there, all that space God done made. Why would you not think somebody else out there too?
Okay, well, how about that?
It's just too much space out there for it just to be rocks. I'm sorry. Big Bang, I'm just saying. And unidentified flying objects, please. Big Brother gonna get here now. George Orwell said 1984. See, they didn't know in 1994. That's when they started coming out with these TVs. That's digital receivers. Now, if it's a receiver, it's got to go somewhere.
If it somewhere. Hello.
Now they just now telling you that the smartphones they listen to your conversations. I mean, how dumb could you be? If it's a transmitter, it's got to be a receiver as well. You can't have one without the other.
That's right.
It can't go one way. It's got to go both ways. So they talk about you can't talk in front of the TV. What kind of mess, man? That's a mess right there.
But see, it's always been fracking-knack-a-bull. Okay, yeah, shout out to Mike Baisden. It's always been that because, darling, see, when they want to sit up there and try to tell us that they have no way of doing this and they have no way of doing that and everybody got a war on something. But I'm going to go for the war on drugs and carrying on because that seems to be the big one. And on guns and all that shit. You know damn well where these motherfuckers are.
Mm-hmm.
You know damn well where they are. Just call it what it is. If this is organized crime, honey, you don't want nobody fucking with your money. So I would rather them come out and say that to us. I would rather them come out and say that and say, mind your business, and then we tell them handle yours so this shit don't get to the community. Because what was organized, see, y'all better go watch the damn movies and things back in the day, the 40s and stuff. When we had Dick Tracy and carrying on and Al Capone and all them old fucked up ass folks and carrying on the Godfather and shit. When they did their shit, they made sure that the community was thriving. If you notice, they always kept their communities up.
Exactly.
Okay? Those who sat down there and fuck with the mob, child, if you got in the game, then that means you play on game territory. You didn't bring that shit to their house. You didn't bring it to the community, and they were always upstanding citizens. Why? Because of that damn money got laundered back into the system. They laundered it into the community, not to the government, but into the community.
Mm-hmm.
Into the damn community.
The government. The U.S. government, how you gonna take my money before I get it? That ain't a tax, that's a jack. That's a jack.
Right.
Hello? That ain't no, that's a jack. You gonna tax and take my money before I get it. That is some bull I'm trying to tell you. People don't get it. The whole thing of it is, go ahead.
No, on top of it, after you done took your part of it, they're going to give me the rest of it. I still got to pay taxes on everything else. I done paid you already. But now the rest of it, I got to tax this, tax me on this, tax me on this. So you still get more taxes after you done took what you said was the tax. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time, baby, when they started taking out, we got the Social Security tax. Then they started taking out for the Medicare tax. Mm-hmm. When they started doing that, I was like, Medicare tax, what the fuck is this? I thought that's what the Social Security tax was for. They said, oh, no, that's something different. And then you going to take out a Medicare tax and then tell me that Medicare ain't going to be around by the time it's time for me to need it? You's a motherfucking law from hell.
The whole thing of it is the government has, the United States of America, which it is not united, first and foremost, America, as we know it, is
we just say North America, under the North America states.
The North America states, baby, look at here. Our founding fathers was crooks. They got kicked out of their own. They left their own country talking about religious freedom, and once they got here, they decided to jack the Indians for the land.
All right.
And then import their own slaves. Okay, hold on. You done made a country off of my ancestry, and now to keep us in check, you're feeding us non-food. Can you tell me what food group a Pop-Tart is?
Wait a minute. Hold on. No. I'm going to go one better. I'm going to go one better with the food because you're touching on something now. Because everybody want to talk about childhood obesity and carry it on, but they're not looking at the food supply. We don't talk about the food supply enough. Listen to me, child. Yes, it is convenient to sit down there and have a seedless watermelon, a seedless orange. That is so convenient because I get to eat this motherfucker. But we learned this in science. What made a fruit is the fact that it could reproduce.
It's
a fruit has seeds. Now what you're feeding me is no longer a fruit, it's a goddamn vegetable. Since when did orange become a vegetable? And then it's manufactured. So now you tell me this is genetically spliced because it ain't got no seeds. It can't reproduce. You got to make this. So now what are you feeding me? And then we got kids. Child, listen, and I say this all the time because when my niece started her cycle at 9 years old, what 9-year-old child? That means when a girl starts her cycle, that means her body is preparing for parenthood. Okay, could you imagine if my niece wanted to start her experimentation and became a parent at 9, 10 years old? The fuck is that? Okay, that there doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. You what's supposed to be for healing, you don't put in the food, so now the body don't react, and now we got 10-year-old boys who got titties bigger than a 40-year-old woman. What is a 10-year-old doing with a damn double D damn size titties? Okay, he don't know nothing about all that yet, honey. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We have more men now who are top heavy, which I prefer. At the same time, okay, I prefer. However, but on the real, there are more men who I thought I was the anomaly. You know, at 12 years old, this is me, when I started growing. Okay, and I went through this whole big old thing. I'm a girl in the boy's body kind of thing because men don't have titties, mine are growing, and I don't know why. That was in 1982. Here we are, 2015, and we got little boys who are sitting up there. They are top child. They don't make bras for men. They need to start so that they can understand the support or whatever. You got the gynecomastia. And I'm mispronouncing it, but that's the surgery for breast removal for men. What? That doesn't make sense, and nobody want to talk about it. Nobody wants to really talk about those kinds of things outside of it being an infringement on masculinity. Okay, men are candidates for breast cancer at an alarming rate now. Yeah, you know, because of the tissue issues that carry on, and the American Cancer Society still does not address that as a problem. Because when you think breast cancer, you automatically think woman. Everything is the pink ribbon, everything is the pink everything, and they don't address that as far as men are concerned. They go to testicular cancer, they go to colon cancer. They ain't talking about breast cancer on men. Oh, I'm told psychotropic drugs. So yeah, because it's hormones. A lot of that's just up there. That's part of the sexual side effects. It decreases the libido, but hell, everything else is infused because a lot of that is estrogen based.
Yeah, so, I got a 25-year-old son with breast disease, and they got a lawsuit now because of the antidepressant medicine they gave him. Was it Lisparil? I can't say the name right, but it caused him to grow testicles.
Lord,
because they gave and he won't go to the doctor to get it. You know, the gynecomastia to get in the lawsuit. I told him, I was like, boy, you took this medicine when you were 8 years old until you were about 16. And that made you produce breasts. You need to get in on the lawsuit. Oh, I got to work. Okay, well, I tried to get you down. But, okay, it don't make no sense. When they get a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit for boys who have developed breasts after taking this certain medication, and they forced me to Detroit Public Schools made me put my child on medication. And now the side effects. See, they don't tell you about the medicine. It's the side effects that get you.
Come on now. Let me bring you in 248-914. I'll open up your mic. You come on up in here with us.
Hello?
Yeah, go on, baby. Everybody's mic is open. Come on.
Hey, me in the audience, how y'all doing? All right. Here. I forget the guy that was just talking about the gynecomastia. You're talking about Ritalin and Risperdal. The medications were Ritalin and Risperdal created these issues. I have a special needs son, and this is real sensitive for me. So some of the things you said kind of really just like took me there. Not in a bad way, not in a way to cut you out or to put you down or anything like that. But to see that during that time frame, the things that create side effects that could be detrimental to us as people, especially as black folks, we're basically always the guinea pigs. Always. So So, and it goes back to, you know, the airmen and the syphilis thing and the whole 9 yards. The black community or communities of color or communities that are impoverished are always the ones who get tested on. We talk about the shots that we got to go to school, that these kids don't have to take the shots that we have to take getting ready to go to elementary school, getting ready to go to kindergarten. And now they coming down with all this extra shit that's fucking with them and fucking with us because we have to deal with the fallout of all of that.
Exactly.
Associating it to the conversation to the very start, Mitch, with you talking about the parent that's got the baby playing with the pistol.
Right.
Tell me that motherfucker wasn't taking ADD medication. He had to be, because that's just some dumb shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things we deal with the fallout of, but because it's been in our case, it's been 40 plus years.
Right.
In my case. But you got these new things coming out where these kids are being tested for all of this shit. Why the fuck would the FDA or the government allow this shit to be put into a public sector and used, knowing that it has these side effects when you put it the fuck out there?
Right.
And then go into the situation to try to claim some of these benefits or some of this money that they say they got for you. You gonna catch hell upon hell upon hell. You ain't gonna get shit. And this is all part of the good old boy system. Now let's even take it one back better, because all this ties in. Let's take it to the slavery issue. One of the biggest issues right now, especially with cancer and stuff like that, is tobacco. All them slaves that were in Mississippi was took there for cotton and tobacco.
Right.
You got people that I mean, you know, I got to have a lung taken out or that are gone, and then trying to get the money, waiting to get the check. They die waiting on that.
Right.
Even if you do win, you know what I'm saying? You know, because they keep it stays in appeal and stuff like that. That kind of shit really irritates the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole dynamic of what's going on in our community, especially, you're talking about business ownership and black folks. Blacks don't want to see outcomes of bargain pricing. They don't want to start small to get to the big picture. They want to start you out. You know, hey, I went to school, so I think I should get $20 per nail. Well, baby, you ain't done nobody. Don't nobody know your work. You have to pay some dues to get to where you want to go. We as black folks don't feel like we should. I went to school. Well, boo, that's not enough. That ain't enough. You got to still get up there and get some folks on. And sometimes you got to do a few freebies and let folks see your work just to do it. We don't want to do that. I got a piece of paper that says I can do it, and I ain't got to do shit for free. Bitch, you fucked for free. You had them babies for free. Niggas, you made them babies for free. Nigga, you know, cut a few heads. Do like niggas do in jail. They cut everybody hair for free. Keep from being somebody's bitch. So, and it's the same thing socially. If you come out and put a demonstration out about your wares and what you provide, what kind of service you provide with a level of quality, and you stick by it, because you let a black person do a job for you and they fuck it up, and you go back to them to say, look, you messed this up, I want you to proceed. 9 times out of 10, they're going to meet you with another fuck, I didn't do that. That ain't that.
Right.
We don't have that respect level or that business mentality of, guess what? Stand by your product. Stand by your standards of living. If you fucked it up, you fucked it up. Stop acting like a little kid. I didn't do that. I saw you do it. No, you ain't see me. And that, I hate to say it, but that's primarily in the black community. The white folks don't do you like this. You go to the white folks generally with a problem. They say, oh, come on right on in. Sit on down. Let's fix this. Sarah, get this. Michelle?
Okay.
Fix that. And they're fixed. Not our black ass. I don't know who that bitch is. Fuck her. She went somewhere. She knows she wasn't supposed to wash her hands for 3 days.
Right. Okay. Here's a couple of Here are a few hotels that were given to me. Someone just texted them to me to say these are black-owned hotels here in the Atlanta area. The Courtyard, Buckhead, the Hyatt, Atlanta Midtown, the Buckhead Hotel, Atlanta. In Detroit, the Roberts Riverwalk Hotel, the one that we were talking about just a second ago, Courtyard, Grand Rapids, and the Airport Marriott, Detroit. I didn't know that one.
And let me tell you, that one that's on the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
It's fierce. It is fierce. When I tell you,
really?
You know, a lot of the people that come to Detroit to film movies, they generally put them up there because it's so out of the way. But in the way time, I met, what's the little man's name? The one who played in Soul Food. Was it Soul Food? And he was the husband. I can see his face. I can't call his name. The little bitty short one. He was walking up Johnson. Who?
The little short one. Wait a minute. My baby, Rockman Dunbar?
No, not Rockman. No, Rockman ain't short.
Yeah, well, to me he is. When I met him, he was.
Yeah, he ain't under 5. You know, he ain't under 5 or not, because this boy ain't under 5 feet. What is his name? I can see his face. He played in Honey with Miss Girl, and he was the boyfriend. Oh, child, I can't think of his name. Right?
Oh,
anyway, right.
Go ahead.
I can see his face and can't call his name. See, I'm getting old.
Long as it's just sometime.
Huh?
Long as it's just sometime.
Yeah, it's just sometimes thinking, shit, I'm 52.
Right.
I'm 52. You know, in this conversation, okay, Meech, I came with a different perspective today. You know, you started me out with what can I do? What can I do for you? Let's do this in a musical spectrum. My thing is, I can't hardly wait to be through. With this police shit that's going on, every time you turn around, it's some motherfucker getting killed, and then we don't necessarily want to look at the responsibilities that the person that got hurt did. You know, talking about that boy in Ferguson. Granted, he stole and he did whatever. Maybe he didn't have a gun, but you don't disrespect the police. I don't agree that they should have killed him, but you don't know that was a big motherfucker. That was threatening. That was threatening. We don't want to look at that. Even with Trayvon, even Trayvon ran or whatever, and the man chased him and tussled him down. He shouldn't have killed him, but we don't know what kind of energy he brought to that, because that's a deciding factor in a lot of that shit like that. The guy in New York, that was a big motherfucker. Yeah, he was hollering he couldn't breathe, but that motherfucker probably couldn't hear because he was breathing so hard trying to hold his big ass down. I ain't doing that. I'm just looking at the reality of some shit.
The reality, you know what? I'm going to go there with you because we hear this all the time from the opposite side of it, that, you know, where I was in fear for my life, and it's become such a cliche saying now, to where, you know, everybody wants to use that. And I had this one woman sit up there and tell me this because someone had left a bag. I was in the lobby of the hotel. She said down there, and she come over to me, the woman, she was a Muslim woman, you know, she had her garb on and carried on. She didn't have her face covered, but she had a little head wrap on and all of that. I forget what they call it. And she said, oh, no, she left a bag over there, and could someone come and do it because I'm frightened. I don't know what's in it. And I looked at her, I was like, bitch, you done walked your ass over here to tell me how frightened you are.
No,
you know, and then you gonna go stash back into you didn't move. The what pissed me off was she didn't move her seat. She went back to go talk to her girlfriends, and she in the same damn spot. So if it was a bomb, bitch, you ready to blow the fuck up anyway. And you know what I'm saying? That just upset me. But at the same time, you know, when we hear that, we don't know, exactly what fear is. Everybody has a different level of fear, what this means, what that means, or this, that, and the other. On top of that, in adrenaline-rushed situations, shit happens.
Okay. Repeat that for the girls that didn't get it. That, please. In adrenaline-rushed situations, shit happens. I know for me, I know for anybody else. In fact, with my size, my brother was the king of it because we called him the Incredible Hulk because when he got mad, he would swell. Okay, now he would walk off so that he wouldn't do nothing, but his swell was everything. Yeah. Okay, and because of that, now I'm 6'4". My brother was 6'6.5", 6'7". Okay, so looking at that, we've always had problems. I'm loud, and when I get pissed, that's it. And then I talk with my hands anyway. So I'm not ready to do my Patti LaBelle impression and flip and fly. Okay, and a lot of folks can't handle that, particularly when you now have literally become angry black man. Okay, you angry black man with some sense. Okay, so. On that particular set, I think I said this one time before, in dealing with police officers and because they live in a high-stress job and I really believe that mental health in this country needs to be looked at very severely because a lot of those people who have high-stress jobs like that, police officers, firemen, those who work with the stock market, in finance, them bitches kill themselves all the time and they go through blood aneurysms and things. Why? Because in a matter of seconds, they could decimate a country. Okay? That's high stress. And and nobody has any kind of mental stability or any kind of mental reinforcements that's going to help smooth out the situation. And then on top of that, so you went to the doctor because you're stressed out. So now they gave you the stress medicine, the high blood pressure medicine. All this shit got side effects, and some of this shit got hallucinogenic side effects on top of it. So not only is you sitting up here going crazy, goddammit, you think you seeing shit, or you think you done heard something.
They have to.
Okay, they have to. Right. Ha! They have to be. Okay, so I'm a dude. How will Lola say, do unto the dude before the dude do it to you? Okay?
Hello. And you know what? It's really important that you just hit on something. Okay, they're giving you all this medication, but they don't know what you're taking recreationally. That could impact the things that they're giving you, and they don't know how severe your mental shit is. Because motherfuckers, a lot of times when they want to give you a prescription, but to keep you from snapping, you didn't already snap. You know what I'm saying? You didn't already snap. So that little medicine that they give you don't pull you back. It actually pushes you a little further to hear the voices even louder.
Right.
And
right, and for those
Band-Aid on the bullet hole. Okay.
Hello. Next thing you know, you got somebody's head in your lap, and you wonder, oh, what's this? How did this happen?
Exactly.
Really? I mean, because you notice most people that go out here and kill like that half the time don't remember doing it.
Exactly.
Right.
Doing it. Okay, I didn't cut this bitch head up. Did I do that? You feel like, yeah, bitch, you did it. Well, how you know I did it? I saw you, girl. I saw you cut that whole head off.
Okay.
Or
you done phased out.
Oh, you got teeth in your knuckles, right? You be like, damn, what happened? How you get teeth? Like you hit that bitch in the mouth.
Okay, right.
You know, just things like that. And America's vice for every fucking thing is a pill. Is a fucking pill. Let me give you another pill for this. Well, you take this pill, it's going to cure your anxiety, but it also causes cancer. But
right. So then that will cause cancer, and then when you get the cancer, they're going to give you this pill, honey, to combat the side effects of the cancer that's on the radiation, because now you got to take radiation that's going to kill everything, because...
the other pill they give you that causes dementia, and it mimics Alzheimer's. So then the doctor that really don't give a fuck is just saying, okay, you got the basics of Alzheimer's, here's a test. But if you take this medication for Alzheimer's, it also causes advanced mental brain damage. A lot of, just because I got MD behind my name don't fucking mean that I'm the answer for every fucking thing. And you have to be proactive in your care. You have to be proactive in your treatment with the fucking law. You have to be proactive in everything you deal with, in your friendship, in your relationships. Again, I can't hardly wait to be through with some of this bullshit. But in order to be through with some of this shit that we go through, you got to stand up. It's I'm not fucking with that.
How about that?
I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with your mama either. Fuck off. But once you take ownership and you really become involved and stop just listening to this one, that one, and the other one for your own decision or your own stance on shit and get your own and get involved, it changes the picture so dramatically. That boy that you started out talking about, Meech, that was in, was that St. Louis too, where they were talking about turning off the camera and whatnot?
Yeah, that's St. Louis, yeah.
The first thing you said, the one that said, hold up, y'all, we read, that was a lesbian. She was a lesbian.
Okay.
But they whooped that boy, they were beating that boy's ass. And none of the shit that they came up with, as you see, it all got dismissed. But a lot of times, our attitudes, because we feel like we've been wrong, we don't want to weather the process to get it fixed. We don't want to weather the process. We want to go off of our feelings. Oh, they mistreated me. They did this. They did that. They did. Okay, all that's, you might be right. I'm not trying to minimize your value or your downfall, but let's see if the process really works. If you don't follow the process, you don't know if the process works. And most of the people who truly follow the process, don't them bitches work? Don't they work?
Here is what that process does. And y'all know I say this in my book, honey. The process is sandpaper for the soul because the process takes time. And a lot of people don't trust it, and particularly when dealing with the law and carrying on or medical issues. A lot of people don't trust it.
People don't have time.
And how about that? People don't have time. Because we're so busy, we don't make the time to do what needs to be done. I know listen, if there's a couple of them steps I can short step around or whatever, especially when you got to wait. And for those of y'all who apply for disability and carry on, y'all know what the hell that is. Because it takes you 4 months before you get the first decision. And most of the time, the first decision is always no. Then you got to do an appeal. Then you got to sit down there and wait for them to sit and tell you when the appeal is. Here in Georgia, they sit there, if you get denied, your appeal process takes up to 2 years.
Well, that's not just Georgia, that's Detroit as well. Trust me.
Okay, 2 years. And I said 2 years. I'm telling you, I can't work. And now for 2 years, I got to find a way how I'm going to let somebody let me stay up on them because I'm not supposed to work. So basically, you don't force me back to work, which makes my condition worse than what it is. And now you want to sit there and tell me, oh, well, you worked already? Bitch, you made me go to work. Shit, what else can I do?
Well,
Or if I don't go to work, then I start doing some illegal shit. And then if I get into the system and carrying on, do the illegal shit or whatever, then you want to sit there and now the jails are all privatized now, so that's nothing but the new slavery. That's the new plantation. They waiting to send you down there so they can get you in there to do the damn free work. So you can pay your debt to society.
Well, it's funny.
Makai Pfeiffer, that's the child's name.
Who? Yeah, Makai Pfeiffer, that's him. That's him. I met him.
Thanks, Bert.
Friend of mine he ran the bar down there. Oh my God! I'm telling you, it was so nice. I sang at some weddings down there. I did a couple of things over there, but that hotel is really, really nice. That whole little complex has a lot of little businesses and everything. People don't even know anything about. really nice. But back to what you were saying about the process. No, we don't want to wait the process out, but we want to bitch and complain when it ain't going our way. And everything don't always go your way immediately. You have to sometimes trust in it that it's going to work. You may not get the answer you want, but you're gonna get an answer from that process. And you're right about going back. I remember that quote from your book. Following the process or waiting for the process is sandpaper for the soul. You know, we want everything so quick. You know, if you go to work on Friday, honey, you getting that check so that you can go get whatever it is you want, not necessarily the things that you need, but you can go get what you want because I got a check. You know what I'm saying? I'm paid the basic. Well, most of us pay the basic, get the rent, you know, the cable, blah blah blah. But a lot of motherfuckers don't even do that.
Right.
So it's
True
not just the process, but it's following the correct path in the process. Because even though you going A, B, C, and D, but you could kick your D in the grass and make it. I got to run over here and get D, and then get caught up in some old other shit that ain't got shit to do with the process.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of the mental stress and social stress that we go through, sometimes we put on ourselves, trying to keep up with this, what should be. The process is what it is. 1 + 1 always equals 2. You know what I'm saying? And if you deal with it that perspective, as opposed to I don't want 2, I want 2.5. Okay, bitch, well you need to get a half from somewhere. You know,
okay, right.
It ain't coming up in this equation. So wherever you get the half from, you add it to it, and then you go from there. But I know it seems really trivial, but it's really just that fucking simple. It's that simple. The process works if you follow the steps. If you do the steps, it works. And we may not always get the answers that we want. You know, just talk about that. And yet still, you know, a lot of times, and let's take this to another level in our lives, relationships. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, blah, blah, blah. This person has always emotionally hurt you.
Right.
Always done something to you, but you keep on fucking with them and getting the same outcome every time.
Okay. You know what? Wait a minute. Press pause, because I just got a Dear Big Meats letter, honey. That we are right up this damn alley. We are right up this alley. Oh, yes, honey. Oh, yes. Here we go. Yes, honey. Yes. This is going to be fun. Dear Big Meats, I have a problem. Okay. March is my birthday, and I have someone coming over to be my sex toy, and I can do whatever I want with him. However, now he wants to try things that he's never done. That's cool. But what he wants to try, I've already done, so that's boring to me. Plus, it's my birthday. So what should I do? Be nice and give him what he wants and to please him, or should I just say, hell no, it's my birthday, shut up and take my dick? Sign, a Pisces in need, honey. Well, fellow Piscean, let's see. Well, you know what? Wait a minute, because we talk about relationships, and this segues so beautifully into this letter. Because the first thing is, you know, you said in here that this is a playmate sex toy. So this says that the relationship that you have is physical, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the part that gets it is that you already made up in your mind that this is going to be a boring time. So your answer is already no. You already have your answer because you just said, this is so boring. Okay.
Even if you go through with the activity, you're going to be turned off because it's boring for you. You didn't already
Exactly. Exactly. So you've already set up in your mind, honey, and especially because you said your birthday is in March, honey. We still got 2 more weeks. okay, a week and a half before Mars get here. So all of that anticipation of waiting for Mars to get here, you finna drive yourself crazy. And so in driving yourself crazy, you're about to sit down here now. If you don't sabotage this one, honey, you've already trying to get your line up to see who's going to be his replacement in order to make sure that you have your good time. Tell this motherfucker no and cut your losses so that way you don't sit up there and build up the anticipation of a boring time. Cut your losses, honey. If it's boring to you, fine. But and then too, you said this is my birthday, so postpone him until after the birthday. If you're trying to do something real cute for the birthday, honey, postpone that because see that day is mundane. You try to that day was for him. You said you done already said my birthday is for me. So if he's not gonna do it, postpone that, honey, and I'm sure you have somebody else in the repertoire, honey. Go through the black book, child. Whoever got them 4 or 5 stars, call them for the birthday, and you leave that one, honey, for when you need to decompress.
But you know what, Mish, let's look at this another way, and this is really interesting. You know, you sitting up complaining when he ain't there or when this one ain't, I want this, I'm looking for this, I want somebody to do this, that, and the other. This motherfucker is coming outside of his comfort level to try to do things with you that maybe you're interested in, but you ain't enough.
Now, wait a minute, bitch. You done hit something. Hold on.
Hold on, honey. Hold on. Let me finish it. Finish his thought. Instead of you saying, you know what, baby, I really appreciate you coming out of your box a little bit for me and I, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I've kind of done that. Can we kind of maybe liven this up just a little bit more? Or let's just change the way this ain't got to be done on the birthday. Let's let's do some other shit. Let's compromise and make something else because this motherfucker's coming out. He's doing shit for you that he don't do. But you don't see that about your selfish hair.
That's a very good point. Very good point.
I've been drinking. Oh, no. I've been drinking.
Very good point on that. Very good point. Because if they're willing to play experimentation, okay, and you've already been there, so they're looking for you to be the teacher. Teach me something new. Okay, sensei, honey. And this time you to be Mr. Miyagi, honey, grasshopper. Wax on, wax off, honey. Wax that ass.
And you know, they didn't already swung on that vine. So I ain't trying to swing on the same vine. But you know what? Because it's a something you've already done, but it's something that you've never done with this particular person. So it could end up different. I mean, anal sex pretty much is anal sex, depending on the size of the dick, depending on the size of the hole. It can be a completely different experience depending on who it's with. So, but instead of this person opening up their mind to possibilities, they've got it closed to past activities.
Oh, now you know what? That's a damn T-shirt. Okay, instead of open mind to possibilities, is a closed mind to past activities. That's hot. Okay, that's hot. But wait a minute, because I got folks over here in the studio, child, and someone just threw a monkey wrench and here's something that's real big.
Let's go.
And that there is, not everyone wants to be a teacher. So the whole thing of it is, this child may be open to come through and quote-unquote thinking that doing this is going to excite me because you want to do this with me, but I'm not willing to go there with you because that puts responsibility on me. That means I got to this and and that's not what I signed up for.
Well, you know what? That's interesting. I kind of, I can see that to a degree. But to me, that's some selfish bullshit because the man didn't ask him to teach him shit. He just said, I got something I want to try, and I'm willing to try it with you. I didn't hear
right, but if you trying to try, the experimentation becomes teacher because I don't know, we don't know what the conversation is as far as if they said, I've done this, all we know is the child said, I want to try some new shit because it's new to me. Okay. So if it's new, and if they had the conversation of, okay, well, I've done this or whatever, oh, can we try this? And I want to do that with you. Then that automatically puts the other person in teacher mode. Because now, since I'm the quote-unquote experienced one, I got to guide you through this. And that's not where I am, because it's my day. I want this to be my day. I don't have time to sit down there and think about what this is for you, because this is a new experience for you. I've been there, done that.
I don't want to be the leader of the pack. I don't want to go through that. And on one hand, if you look at it like that, I agree. But, a lot of times with us and sex, especially when it comes to sex and dating, not just sex, but dating, socializing, the whole yard, if we don't get it the way we're used to having it, it becomes we're bored most of the time. Instead of sitting back and actually relaxing and say, you know what, I'm going to take all my prejudgments out, put them aside, and just deal with what's going on. I'm not going to look at what I think it should be or what I'm used to having. I'm going to deal with it just as it is. And we miss a lot. I know I have missed a lot that way, because it's like, okay, no, Jay, you just ain't, you ain't.
The Big Brothers Network. Yeah, men of color, men of size. The Big Brothers Network was created to celebrate the larger man of color and those who admire him. We intend to promote a positive self-image within our community and the mainstream population. Our goal is to embrace our differences, to inspire self-love, and increase camaraderie through positive, brotherly interactions. We intend to accomplish these goals through the BBN magazine, local and national events, and networking forums. For more information or to catch the latest copy of the BBN magazine, please go to www.bigbrothersnetwork.com. That's www.bigbrothersnetwork.com. The Big Brothers Network. Men of color, men of size. All right, I'm sorry, child. Lines got hot and shit. The damn thing booted me out, child. I had to play a commercial to let y'all know I was still here. I had to log back into the system. But, yeah, now where were we?
We were talking about sometimes just letting stuff flow the way that it is, as opposed to plan. Just letting it go. Wow, that's deep. That's really deep, because it answers.
Yeah, it's deep, baby. That's deep, baby. That there is deep. That's deep. But that would be my answer to you, caller, a writer rather, to see what's going on and to make it happen for you, baby. If your heart not in it right now, and this is not something that you're looking to do as far as something long term or whatever, this was just a one night kind of thing. I would, if this was something else, I would kind of slightly read you, because I'm not into selfish sex. I don't believe in being selfish like that. But you have an opportunity to opt out before anybody's emotions and stuff get tied up to it, or somebody's anticipation. So if you got that option to opt out now. Save your dignity or whatever. Put them on the back burner to after the birthday, and then go back in, because apparently you want your birthday to be special for you, and playing teacher or doing something that's going to be special to someone else is not part of your game plan.
Exactly, I agree with you there, Mitch Anderson. Let's look at this from another angle as well too. What about if you're trying to learn?
Oh, wait a minute, child, these fuckers here. They're outside of the studio doing the lawn, child. They right here on me.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Okay. Go ahead.
You're looking for a partner, or you got a potential partner, and your birthday is coming up, and your partner is trying to the same scenario, just we're talking about partnership now.
Uh-huh.
Not just somebody that you fucking. And your partner has limited things that they've done, or that they've been willing to do. How do you address that same attitude as it relates to a partner now?
Uh-huh.
What do you do? I mean, now to keep a partner sometimes, and you know how this life can be, baby. Again, you know, you fuck one and you flip the light, skip the light, fantastic. You fuck another one and activity, and you sitting there counting your fingers, honey. You know,
here, when it comes down to partnership, and for those of you who are listening by computer, we're down to the last 90 seconds. If you're on the phone, stay with me because you'll catch everything. If you miss something, you'll catch it in the archives. We're going to keep going. If you are in a partnership, this is a relationship, something that is heavy, something that is serious, whether you are friends with benefits, whether you are, you know, y'all going steady, you flat out partners, or whatever the case may be. This is where the rules kind of change, because in order to keep them, you have to do whatever you need to do within reason and agreement in order to make this thing happen. Sometimes compromises have to be made in order to make it happen, and you got to come out of your comfort zone. You can't sit down there and say, oh, I'm not into this, I'm not into this, and never tried it or whatever because of fear or because you got caught up in masculinity. There's a lot of tops out there who will not experiment with their partner because they feel as though I'm supposed to be, quote, unquote, the man. Okay, and this, that, and the other, and to do anything compromises their masculinity. I can't stand stuff as nothing. Okay, if you are total anything, you're going to be totally alone. Okay, because if you're not willing to sit down there to make your partner happy, everybody going into a relationship, I'm not going in here for you to complete me. I'm going in here for you to affirm everything that I am, good, bad, and indifferent, because I'm whole. I'm 100% coming to you. I'm not coming to you half. I'm not coming to you as a quarter or nothing. When we come together, honey, we become a team because we're a surplus. You add to me, I add to you. We are a surplus. Okay, and so in order to keep my surplus together, honey, I got to make sure that I do what I need to do to keep them happy. Yeah. Within reason and within agreement. So you can't sit up there on your high horse, baby, and you cannot compare him to the last trick you had that took the lights fantastic. Because you said and made up your mind that I want to be with you.
And oftentimes, as it relates to partnership, generally the person that becomes your partner, you don't even look at them like that in the beginning. It don't even start like that. You know, it's the ones that you look at and want to sleep with right away. That's why you look up 2 weeks later, you ain't fucking with them no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the ones that you end up with in relationship with, they didn't make your dick stand up when you first saw them. But it may have been the way they escorted you in the door. May have been the way that they sat and talked to you during a time that y'all at a certain event and y'all kicking it and really kicking it, and y'all got a lot in common that you didn't know you had. Again, everything is not driven. See, a lot of that host mentality is driven by sex. The want, not the need, but the want of sex.
Exactly. And what it is, what happens is that it is the need for intimacy, but we end up settling for the sex because that's what we think intimacy is.
Say that. Now that's really key, and a lot of times
because y'all oftentimes, oftentimes when all we want to do is cuddle. How many times have you actually sat back on a couch or whatever and just cuddled and spooned with your partner without it becoming a sexual event? Why? Because most times if you start to cuddle and start to rub on the leg and carry on, somebody get hot and bothered. And when they get hot and bothered, then all of a sudden, then one thing leads to another. And that, it's welcome, but that wasn't what that moment was. The moment was just for you to hold me, for us to just enjoy one another and to enjoy that moment. And then it always ends up there. And then after it's all said and done, then you sit back on the couch, and then y'all just fall apart, or he go back to the couch, and then now you done got on the phone to talk to your girlfriends or whatever. So the intimacy moment has now been adulterated because you introduced sex.
Let me ask you this, and this is in any of the listeners that actually your live in-house folks. Okay, I didn't met this guy. I thought he was 36. Turns out he's 34. Okay, mentally we on different pages, but they are very charismatic. They got a hustle about themselves. They keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? They got it kind of going on like that. It's not about sex for me. And it's truly not just about sex for them. We do sit and do a lot of cuddling. He would come in and cook for me. I had the flu this past week, and he came in and really took care of me. Cooked for me every day, made sure I had what I needed, got on me about taking medication, and was a significant other in that sense. Because a significant other is going to make sure that you doing what you need to do to be health-wise and to be present in their life.
Right.
You know, did all of that. Okay, so now mind you, now here comes the crazy part. I'm getting everything that I truly say I want in a relationship.
But
I'm sitting there saying, why the fuck is he doing it?
Right. Packaging, honey. See, packaging.
No,
packaging.
But even I'm attracted to the package. That is, we have no issues there. No issues there. I mean, baby, look here. This boy will make the spear stand up. Do you hear me? I ain't got to take a pill. I ain't got to do shit. Just thick like everything. But I'm in my head going, what the fuck? Why he doing it? Now I'm not questioning him. Now I'm questioning my worth. Well, what makes him want
okay. So there you go. So now it done got back to whether or not I deserve to have this.
Oh, say that, honey, and how we become our own worst enemies in a situation that's solid, because you realize they're giving you everything you want, and the level of care that you can provide for this person could actually send you over the edge if it didn't go wrong.
Right. And see, that there becomes human nature, because what ends up happening is that oftentimes we've been hurt. We've been asking for it, but yet we've got it in pieces. You got a little piece of it here from one person. One person is good at this. One person is good here. Another person was all fabulous at rubbing my feet and this, that, and the other. So we got it in pieces. Whenever it comes in a whole package, then it's like, okay, well, what the fuck is wrong? Because I know we're waiting on the shoe to drop. I know something's going to happen. Something ain't right.
I know something's going to happen.
We start nitpicking. Because now we're looking to find the flaw.
But you know what?
Instead of enjoying the moment.
While we looking for some bullshit to drop, it actually gets stronger. The situation gets stronger because nothing happens. And so then we sit back again and be like, okay, wait a minute, now. This then lasted 28 days. The last one only lasted 17 days. What's the difference here? Something is different. They just want me to fall in love so they can hurt me. This kind of crazy shit you hearing in your head.
Yeah, because and we do that to ourselves. We do that to ourselves because we're not used to it. And we end accepting the moment. We play the what-if game. Instead of living in the moment, we play the what-if game. Because part of that what-if game is that, just what you said, we done set up here, this is what we said that we wanted. Okay, fine. Enjoy it now. Didn't nobody say go sit up there and get your wedding gown and start picking out dish patterns? And that's what we end up doing. We done sit up there with, in our head to some degree, because we're waiting on the shoe to drop to say, okay, he going to hurt me down the line somewhere. I know it's coming. But it ain't even got there yet. No.
Now, let me throw another monkey wrench in this bitch. Okay, so it ain't got there yet, but you still dealing with your feelings, and we got to categorize everything, how this feels.
Okay, right.
Blah. Okay. Then, in the meantime, while you sitting there waiting, here come this other motherfucker. Now, this motherfucker, to look at it, is everything that you thought you wanted. And they give you that attention the night y'all meet and everything, and they're really ready to fuck the night you meet.
Right.
And something gets in the way where you don't fuck, but the motherfucker, you sitting there wanting this motherfucker who ain't calling you, who ain't rubbing your feet, who ain't willing to sit up on the couch and snuggle with you, who ain't doing none of the shit that the other person is doing. Ain't showing you none of that, but you find yourself more attracted to them for whatever reason. Because
of the challenge. It's the challenge, and we don't want to have the one that got away moment.
And guess what? But again, and you're so right with that, but again, you'd be foolish to let the one who's giving you everything that you want get away, as opposed to a motherfucker that you think you want.
Right, and that's just it. Because you think you want it, you done played the fantasy. That's human nature. We always fantasize about that one because, again, it goes to conquest. The one that we think we want is always the one that's the conquest. That's the fuck partner that we want because, we want to see what that is because he done came across. He the trade, he the this, he the that. When the other dude is giving you the all the emotional support, the stability that you say you wanted, whatever, then gave you and what became the answer to everything you said you wanted, but we don't know how to appreciate it because we never received it in the abundance that it comes in. And we always end up going into fantasy mode. The fuckable one is just that he's fantasy because all you thinking about is style, chips, lips, and carrying on. It's still fantasy. It's still fantasy.
And let's take that fantasy piece even one step further because, say you go and get with the other one. How many times have you done that and been disappointed?
Because he didn't live up to the fantasy. That's why. Because what you thought was fantasy, honey, he didn't live up to it.
Yet and still, the motherfucker that's giving you everything that you want, that essentially gives you what you want. The energy, the desire, the appreciation. You know when you kiss this motherfucker that they feel something for you. You know all that. You know all of that. And you don't look for a reason to not have it or to discard it or whatever, but you still looking like, no, he just, he get on my nerves because he always want to be with me. Okay, bitch, but you was just asking for a motherfucker to want to be with you all the time. Now you got it and ain't got no appreciation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to learn how to appreciate where you are as opposed to where you think you want to be.
Exactly. And then you have it.
Right.
And then you have it. That's it in a nutshell.
Honey, I don't know why.
That's it in a nutshell.
You celebrate me, but you don't celebrate me, but I keep right on fucking with you.
Okay, that's in Dobby, honey.
Okay, bitch. Okay.
That's in Dobby, baby. You better get it, honey.
Okay. But then you go from there, honey. Then I want to sentence me to be your lover for life. The one that you thinking about fucking over wants to be your lover for life.
Right.
Or whatever. I mean, they call you every free moment they got and tell you, baby, you okay? You need anything? You're like, okay, bitch, you getting on my nerves. You just so gay. You just so gay. But you and your girlfriend, this motherfucker. Okay. Right. Baby, I can't wait to get to you. I know you need your feet rubbing. You're like,
Okay, exactly. So that's why we as a species, particularly, and I'm gonna say this because we see this in women all the time, but for gay men, a lot of us don't know how to navigate our way through this kind of stuff because we get caught up in categorizations. We get caught up in what's masculine, what ain't, this, that, and the other. Child, give me a butch queen any old day, child, because, hell, I don't have to worry about how, you sitting up there worrying about, is this too manly? Is this too this? Is this too that? Is this too much of a bitch? And, honey, I need you to be comfortable with who you are. And who you are is not indicative of what we do in the bedroom. Because when all that is said and done and we go face the real world, honey, I still need you to be you. We're not sitting up there trying to tell everybody what we do outside the bedroom, in the business office. That ain't got shit to do with nothing. Honey, when we sit down here trying to take care of something to build, when we sit up here building this house, child, the bricks and the mortar, honey, is all the same, child. You sit up there scrapping the brick, put the brick down. It ain't whether or not we finna go swing from the chandelier who gonna top today and who ain't. That ain't got shit to do with nothing. What this is building what we say we want. And we have to start from an honest place of the foundation got to be honest. And that is, if this is who I am, then you need to take me as I am. I say this in my book, Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey. Everyone has to understand when being compatible is one thing, but your flaws got to be compatible too. Because if you got flaws that I can't sit down here and deal with, you know, yeah, we got the, okay, you get on my nerves when I do this. But if it's not a deal breaker, fine. But if you got those flaws that are deal breakers and you're not honest with that, then it's never going to do anything. You're going to always stay in fantasy mode because you're going to always think that the 80% that you got here is not worth the 20% over there, and the 20% going to sit up there and be just like a baby is with the color red and flashy objects. It's going to catch your attention, and once you get it, it ain't going to be what you thought it was.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You think you done found a diamond and it's a cubic zirconia.
Okay. Hell, it was just a polished rock.
And then you sitting back really fucked up because you realize you let go of a diamond.
Exactly.
I went for what was behind door number one, and I used myself again.
Okay.
Okay. Dealing with using yourself, honey. How do you keep from using yourself again? This is just a gay lesson. I didn't use myself in this situation. We didn't get, I didn't take this a polished rock and then gave away the diamond. What do I do to come back from there?
You start over with you. You start over with understanding what your likes and what your dislikes are. You got to go back to center, and then you got to get reconnected with those things that bring you joy, not the outside exterior. You got to start with those things that bring you joy. Something that when I get up out of the bed, if I know having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is going to tickle my fancy, that's what I start. If I know that watching Diana Ross's Mahogany in the morning jumpstarts my day, that's where I start. Okay. Okay. You start there, and that's how you start to reclaim you because you got to reevaluate you. You got to put your value back in place. You got to balance your own checkbook again, honey, so that everything comes out roses. If you are in the red and deficient in what it is your own value is, you go to that checkbook and balance that girl, honey, because somewhere in there your math is off.
Well, and it's just funny you would say that. I agree with you completely, but a lot of times, I'm not dealing with a realistic balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm readjusting your checkbook. I'm saying I got $800 in the bank, and what's really there is $8.
Okay, and so that means that either it's time to close that account and open up another one, or start looking, put your glasses on, honey, come out them rose-colored glasses and look at it for what it is. I know the value of it may be $800, but child shit. It's just like anything else. If I go to the porn store and I buy a video, honey, they say the manufacturer's suggested retail price is $79, $80, but it's on sale, bitch, for $5. I'm not giving you no $80 for a $5 video. See. So that's where it is, honey. That's what that is. And, that call just dropped. Well, having said all that, for those of you who are still with me, I appreciate you and I love you, but I'm going to let you get back to your day because this child won't be able to call back into the line because we are officially now into the after show. So the live streaming has stopped right now. So all of this, if you have folks who you want to bring to the conversation or whatever, they get all of this in the archive. So let me say, honey, it's been a wonderful show, honey. Yes, we had a good little conversation going on. Got a couple of one Dear Big Meats letter. I got another one in the archives. I'll bring that on the next time. However, please join us next week. I have a new artist coming on. His name is Fellow Soul. He is a former gang member. I think he was with the Crips or the Bloods or one of them. And he's now a singer-rapper and has released a new single called Testimony. And he's going to be with us to share his testimony, to tell us about his journey, about this, that, and the other. So join us next week for that. And we'll be kicking off my birthday celebration early on the air with next week's show. So having said all that, my darling, you may finish all of your crumpets, darling, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats, honey. If you love me, tell a friend. If you hate me, tell an enemy. But do know this, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, this thing here that I'm doing will go forth. Okay, having said all that, why not? I'll end with this, honey. How?
We've got your Father's Day gift at Macy's Backstage. The brands and styles he loves at prices so low you never need a coupon, ever. With a huge assortment of gifts just $14.99 and under, you never know what you'll find, but you'll always find something. Shirts, shorts, suits, ties, shoes, watches, grooming gifts, barbecue gear, and great home trends. And when you find it, get it. It's here today, gone tomorrow, with new items arriving every week. We're all about great gifts for Dad. Visit Macy'sBackstage.com for locations. We've got your Father's Day gift at Macy's Backstage. The brands and styles he loves at prices so low you never need a coupon, ever. With a huge assortment of gifts just $14.99 and under, you never know what you'll find, but you'll always find something. Shirts, shorts, suits, ties, shoes, watches, grooming gifts, barbecue gear, and great home trends. And when you find it, get it. It's here today, gone tomorrow, with new items arriving every week. We're all about great gifts for Dad. Visit Macy'sBackstage.com for locations.